Maxine Dupri got like exceptionally good in such a short period of time. And I had her on the show recently and she credited
she's the
you
best.
and Otis to that.
Yeah.
And there was a match where like, it feels like she turned a corner.
Sure.
In this match, she like did a step up enziguri, and I feel like people were like, "Whoa, she can wrestle." What were the steps that you took with her to work on her in-ring stuff?
You know, how unique of a situation to where she's really learning to wrestle week by week in front of a live TV audience. Because at the time, she wasn't even doing live events. You know, all she was doing was coming to TV and learning there to work. And then going to the Performance Center in Orlando. But we got to a point where we knew she was going to start having some singles matches. And to her credit, she asked me to get in the ring with her at shows like before TV and stuff, which of course I did. And so we would work on, I kept telling her, let's do like basics, because we're at a level, and with our company, I think what's most appreciated, and to me at least, what stands out the most with new people is when they do the basic things really, really well. Like not some flashy new flip or something or new move that looks cool, but that doesn't impress me. Someone doing the old school stuff really well and snug and like they were taught properly, that impresses me.
This is what everyone says about Randy Orton.
Oh, I mean, he's the epitome of that, you know, and that's probably who I'm stealing this from. I mean, subconsciously, you know, learned it from. But so that's what we tried to do when I was working with her in the ring, was like lock up and let's just wrestle. Let's just move. And then we'll pick one or two things that you can do when the time comes that are all your own or that are a little flashier, you know, like one of the things you said, like the enziguri, or I think I gave her like the thing I stole from Tiger Mask, which was like the, you know, headlock to the hammerlock to the drop toe hold, which she got down really good. And so I think initially that's what I tried to instill in her. It was like, don't think you got to do all this crazy stuff. You're going to impress not only the audience, but the people in the back by doing very simple stuff very well, a lot more than you would coming out and doing a bunch of crazy stuff. And she was in an awesome position where her character was like, she was learning and she was like new to this. So the audience, from an audience standpoint, anything she did was going to be like, that was awesome, you know, and it worked so well.
Yeah.
Because like she won her first match, I think, if I remember right, with like a sunset flip or something. And people just went, bah, like she was WrestleMania moment, like she won a title. And I was like, man, I was so jealous of you at that moment. I wish I could just do a sunset flip and the crowd would go nuts. So no, she's the best, man. Her work ethic needs to be spoken for, because she really wants it. She's very dedicated and deserves it.
She talked a lot about how like she would reverse engineer success. She
Yeah.
would like figure out, okay, this is where I want to be.
Sure.
She would reverse engineer it back. And I think working directly with you was a huge step in where she's at now.
Yeah, that's cool. I haven't heard her say that, but that makes sense. And to me, it was kind of a cool experience in that it forced me to realize where I was at also in my career with the company, that I needed to step up and take a little bit more of a leadership role myself, because it's easy to get caught up in just your own story, your own life, and where you are in what we do on the week-to-week basis. Everything just goes. But that gave me a chance to take a step back and go, I know we're in this like Alpha Academy coaching thing. It's funny and it's fun, but like there's a sense of realism in that, to where like I'm getting older now, and I've got a little bit of tenure with the company. And I also noticed it with like Creed Brothers and other people coming and just like asking for advice now. And it, like the days can feel long, but the years just go by like that. And I'm like, man, I became one of those guys that now people are asking for help and advice. And I need to take that seriously, because when I was doing that, when I was younger, I was asking for real. And oftentimes it can be easy to write kids off or write younger people off and go, oh, they're just coming up and asking you for advice because they think they have to, or they're asking you if you watch their match because that's what you do, you know? But it's like, no, when I was doing it, when I was younger, I was very genuine and serious. I needed that. I needed feedback. I wanted it. So I have to give them the same respect. And like, if they ask me to watch their match or for feedback or advice on anything, take the time, man. Take a step back out of your own life and whatever crap you think you're dealing with and give them the attention they deserve because they're the ones that are coming up next. So that was a cool like realization point for me too.